Hello, dear students. So now today we would be discussing the next topic in chapter number 2, that is digestion in grass-eating animals. Okay. So earlier we have discussed about the digestion in human beings. So now we will study the digestion in grass-eating animals. Okay. Suppose you go into an open area where you could find some cows sitting empty, but still they are chewing something. So what are they chewing? Okay, so if you visit to a farm area, so there you would find some cows sitting there, and even the food is not there anywhere, but still they are chewing something. So what is that? Okay, so let's discuss the digestion in in the grass eating animal. So first we would discuss the digestion in cow. Okay, so how the digestion takes place there. Okay, so now if you see the stomach is divided into four parts. There are four types of stomach you would find in case of a cow. The first one is the rumen, the second one reticulum, third one omasum, and the fourth one is abomasum. Okay, so these are the four types of stomach you would find in case of a cow. Okay, so as you give grass to a cow, the grass, it directly swallow it inside, and the grass directly goes into the rumen part of the stomach. Okay, the rumen part of the stomach. Okay, so the grass directly goes into the rumen. Okay, then again into the reticulum. So from the rumen, the grass first goes into rumen and the reticulum first, these two parts. So in these two stomachs, the grass first goes inside. Okay, so here means a partial digestion would take place here in these two parts, rumen and reticulum. So partial digestion would take place. Then again, when the cow is sitting quiet, means not eating something, then the food that has been swallowed inside by the cow would come again back into the mouth as cud. We call is that curd. Okay, so the food that has already been swallowed inside the grass, that is already been swallowed inside by the cow, goes into the two parts, that is rumen and the reticulum. Then again the food comes back into the mouth as curd. Okay, so this curd is being chewed by the cow. Okay, when it is not eating something, so this is the curd that is being chewed by the cow. Then again the curd, after when the particles are very fine there, so the cow is continuously chewing the curd. Then later on, when the particles are very fine, then again it goes back into these two parts. The first one is omasum and the omasum and the abomasum. So the curd again, after it has been chewed into the fine particles, then it goes again into the two stomach, that is omasum and the abomasum. Are you getting this? Omasum and the abomasum. Okay, so here the complete digestion take place. Okay, now yes, so partial digestion would take place in the first two parts, that is the reticulum and the rumen. So when from the reticulum and the rumen, then the food again comes back into the mouth as curd. Then again, if when it has been chewed very fine, then again it goes back into the two parts, that is omasum and the abomasum. So here the complete digestion would take place here in omasum and the abomasum parts. Are you getting this? So this is how the digestion process take place in cows. So here complete digestion would take place. Then after this, the food would go into the large intestine. Are you getting this? So this is all about the digestion process in cow. So here you can see also. Here you can just find it like here. So this is the cow. This is the rumen part you can see here. Okay, you have to make this figure also in your notebook. You have to make this. Okay, yeah. Okay, now there are some other grass eating animals. So like you have horse, like you have deer. So in deer and the horse, there you would find a sac like, a big sac like structure between the small intestine and the esophagus. Okay, so between the esophagus, this is the esophagus, that is the food pipe, and the small intestine, here this is the small intestine. So here you would find a big one sac here. Okay, so this one sac is also called as the caecum. Okay, caecum. So this is the big structure you would find in case of the rabbit and the horse. This structure you will call it as caecum. So this you would find in case of horse and deer. So this is between the esophagus and the small intestine. So here the complete digestion take place, means the in case of horse and the rabbit. Are you getting this? Very good. So now you might be thinking why we do not eat the grass. Okay, so if you see there you would find the cellulose in the grass. Okay, there is a rich amount of cellulose in the grass, so that we cannot digest. Our body is not efficient, our digestive system is not that much efficient to digest the cellulose. Our digestive system or our body cannot digest the cellulose which is there in grass. Okay, so only the animal digestive system is proper there and can digest the cellulose. That is why we cannot eat the grass. If you are eating the grass, because there you would find the cellulose, and that cellulose our body cannot digest, so that is why we cannot eat the grass. So animal is perfect for that. Are you getting this? Yeah. So this is all about the digestion in grass eating animals. Write this, make this structure. Some more you have to write first. Make this structure also and this also. So what happened in case of cow? You would find there are 4 stomachs in cows: human, reticulum, omesum and abomesum. So first the grass swallowed by the cow gets stored in rumen, and the partial digestion take place in rumen and the reticulum, and the food in the form of curd comes back into the mouth as curd. Okay, it is called curd, where it is chewed into finer particles. The cow continuously chewing it when it is free. Okay, when you are not giving food to it, food to the cow. Okay, so it is continuously chewing the curd. Okay, so when this curd is just converted into the finer particles, so again the curd, then later the curd, the chewed curd goes into the omesum and the abomesum, where it is digested completely. So this is all about the digestion in the grass eating animals. Okay, so just note it down. So these are 2 more things which we have already discussed. Please note it down also. Animals like horses and the rabbit have large sac-like structure called the caecum between esophagus and the small intestine. You would find this is the esophagus and the small intestine. There is a big one sac-like structure here. You would find in case of horses and rabbit, and that one big sac-like structure is called their caecum. So here the digestion takes place in case of horses and rabbits. Okay, now the grass is rich in cellulose. That is why the human cannot digest the grass, because we do not have the capacity to digest the cellulose there. Okay, so note this point also, very important point. Okay, then later we will be discussing about the digestion in amoeba. Okay, please note it down. So now let's discuss the digestion in amoeba. Okay, so this is the structure of amoeba. Okay, so amoeba, it's a single cell, also called the unicellular organism. Okay, made up of only single cell. Okay, so here you would find in case of amoeba there is a cell membrane here. This is the cell membrane you would find in case of amoeba. This is the cell membrane. Okay, this is the cell membrane you would find here, cell membrane, and here you would find a rounded dense one structure. This dense structure is called the nucleus here. Okay, and small bubble like structure you would find that these bubble like structure also called as the vacuoles. Okay, and these are the false feet of amoeba known as the pseudopodia, like finger like structure you would find here. So these like finger like structure, these are also called the pseudopodia or the false feet of amoeba. Okay, so whenever the amoeba comes nearby to a food particle, let's say this is the food particle, so it would eat this food particle through its false feet, that is called as pseudopodia. This pseudopodia just engulfs the food. It engulfs the food, and this food particle goes inside, and then later, like it is like this. Okay, let's say this is like here. Okay, so whenever any food any food particle comes near to its pseudopodia, so it just engulfs this inside, and then later when the food particle goes inside, and then again the structure would be like this. Okay, means the structure of the pseudopodia keeps changing. Then the food particle which is there inside will be digested in the vacuoles there. These are some vacuoles. These food particles would be digested in the food vacuoles here. Okay, are you getting this? Yeah, would be digested in the food vacuoles. When the complete digestion would take place, then the excretion also takes place from the same pseudopodia. Okay, now when the food is completely digested, now the undigested food also is to be secret to be excreted. So the excretion also would take place through the structure that is also called the pseudopodia. So ingestion as well as the egestion takes place from the pseudopodia. So pseudopodia is what? Pseudopodia, also called the false feet of amoeba, through which it takes in and excrete the food. Okay, so excretion as well as the ingestion takes place from the false feet there. Okay, so this is all about the digestion in amoeba that you have to write, and you have to make the structure here also. Okay, okay, then stay tuned and keep watching. Thank you. Have a good day.